Hello guys, this is Modest Major here, bringing you some commentary over some 1v1 gameplay. This is against my good friend Crossman. You may remember Crossman for a couple of months ago when we played in the Battle Royale. Me and Crossman managed to win the doubles tournament. I mentioned in that video that this was mainly down to Crossman's prowess as a Halo player. I did my best to assist, but honestly I gained quite a few deaths for our team. So just as I've come back onto Halo, I've been playing Titanfall for the last month prior to this, and I really wanted to warm up on the game and get better at the game, and I thought what better way to do this than play Crossman, because if you didn't know, Crossman is honestly one of the top players of the Halo community in my opinion. You'll see in this game, he puts you in a position where you have to make decisions that you don't want to. He's very good at applying pressure to you from several different angles. He practices a heck of a lot. And I thought this was just, honestly, the best way of warming up. It was kind of a brutal way because Crossman definitely gets in your head and definitely, you know, kind of picks you apart in a way, which isn't always the funnest thing, but it's kind of what I needed because, you know, the hardest part in Halo is when you get put into those situations where you kind of feel like a fish out of water and you're just flapping hopelessly, struggling, and you don't really know what to do. And it's in those situations where you learn the muscle memory and you learn the intelligence to be able to get in and out of those situations. And Titanfall was a game which really untrained my brain in a certain way. You know, I'm not saying that I was an epic Halo player by any stretch of the imagination a month to this, but I was definitely a little bit better at the very least, and I kind of got a little bit stupid after playing Titanfall because, you know, the first things first is that the player base is so huge that you come across a lot of lower level players where you can get away with making some really foolish pushes and being overly aggressive and getting yourself into trouble. Whereas if you're playing players like Crossman or Hagstroms, really top players of the Halo community, you kind of have to give them the respect. You have to say, no, you know, like, this player is gonna be, he's gonna be able to adapt to whatever I'm throwing at him. If I just run out into the open, he's gonna pull off all 4 shots and he's gonna pull off the kill and he's gonna know where I'm most likely to try and escape to. So it's interesting. I mean, playing smart has always been one of my biggest crutches, I feel like, or not crutches, my Achilles heel, I suppose. You know, I've never felt like I have too bad a shot in some ways, and I feel like my snipe isn't too bad either, but playing smart, I really am an idiot, and that comes from, you know, 2 years of playing Call of Duty and playing as aggressively as I felt like, and also, you know, trying to adopt this pub stomping game style, which is really fun, but it's not going to make you a top player by any stretch of the imagination. It's not going to make you anything close to that. It's going to train your brain into a couple of foolish strategies that you shouldn't, you know, it's tricking your muscle memory. And as you can see, I pulled off that nice snipe. I honestly feel like I pulled off that snipe just because we're playing EU customs, and EU lowers the auto aim a little bit. And I feel like if their head is barely propping out in regular matchmaking, you can't get that, you know, on target. You can't adjust your target to that specific a pinpoint, in my opinion, because I feel like it tries to auto-aim as to roughly where their head is. Maybe that's just my opinion, and maybe I'm overthinking it. I totally could, but I've never pulled off a snipe like that on Dispatch when someone's standing ring free, ever. And I've played a lot of Dispatch, that's for sure. But anyhow, you'll see this is where the match starts to go a little bit downhill, so if you enjoy watching the Major of Mustard get destroyed by Crossman for a while, you're in for a treat. So I've been gone for a while. I've been gone for around a month, and I'm just trying to get back into the Halo community. Honestly, it's kind of weird because just when I decided to move to Titanfall and try and play that game and bring it to the community, a lot of people started playing Halo 4 again, and a lot of people started taking it a little bit more seriously. So I really didn't want to miss out on that, and I was kind of getting jealous looking at other people's videos like Delementary, Lurker Zero, and seeing that they were getting kind of more invested in the community, in the Halo community, and they were getting a lot of good feedback for doing it. You know, the thing that's put me off Titanfall, really, I kind of enjoy the game. I think it's a good game. But at the same time, A, it's not necessarily up to par with Halo, in my opinion, and B, a lot of the comments that I get on my videos are not necessarily as invested as they would be if I were to put out a Halo video. In terms of likes and views, I definitely got a good amount. I would say I got, like, you know, 40 likes on certain videos, 30-something likes, which I'm totally fine with. But, you know, my favorite thing about YouTube is reading comments where it sounds like they're genuinely interested in the video that I've just covered and they want to share their opinion and they're excited to do so. And Titanfall, I feel like everyone's a little bit skeptical of it, I suppose, and maybe that will change when the 360 version comes out or the DLCs come out. But really, you know, the comments are the biggest thing of YouTube to me. Like I've said in previous videos, you know, I got into YouTube because I didn't have many friends to talk about gaming on YouTube. The area that I live in, not many people are gamers, and if they are, they're extremely casual. They'll play Call of Duty on the weekends or FIFA on the weekends, and I'm someone who just loves to chat away about games. I just want to chat all day, and I don't really get bored of it. So, yeah, really, that's kind of put me off Titanfall in a certain way, because I love talking to you guys, I love interacting with subscribers, and it might sound like a cliche, but I do it for the subscribers at this point. You know, maybe when I'm a little bit close to actually earning any sort of money, I'll care about that, but for now, like, subscribers is the biggest thing, and, you know, being able to interact with you guys as much as I can. So, the other topic that I wanted to discuss today is that basically the BTB network has kind of had problems recently. I don't know if you guys are aware, but from the inside out, I feel like there were people conspiring to take down the channel. The BTB network was deleted, and then they decided to make a new one. And I'm friends with a lot of the members of the BTB community. I look up to some of those people, you know, people like Crazy Spartan, people like Buckeye Breeze. I think it's mighty impressive that Buckeye Breeze managed to create a channel that could sustain itself for a large amount of time and had a lot of positive members of that community. And it feels like they kind of spat in his face by taking down the channel. Whoever did it, you know, they're going to remain nameless because unfortunately we do not know the names of those people, and I don't want to turn it into a witch hunt, but at the same time, you know, I feel for Buckeye Breeze, and I hope whoever did it kind of regrets their actions. And as a result, I'm going to be working with the BTB network. I'm going to be putting up videos on the BTB network, trying to help them out and get from scratch, and probably becoming a permanent member of that team, because honestly I've kind of wanted an excuse to make videos with some of the people in that group. The Dawn Network is no longer making videos at the moment. If that turns around, obviously I'll still be a part of that community, but really I'm truthfully hoping that you guys will, you know, subscribe to the BTB network, help them out. If you guys like my content, I'll be uploading over there. I'll be putting a lot of work into the content that I put up there. It will only be Halo, so you haven't got to worry. You haven't got to watch my Titanfall stuff or my Call of Duty. Well, I would never do Call of Duty again, but you know what I mean, you dafties. The other people on the network are uploading a bit of Titanfall, a bit of Battlefield here. So if you like multi-game content, you're going to be getting that. If not, if you just want to subscribe for Halo content, Crazy Spartan, me, Perplexality, and a couple of other members are going to be doing strictly Halo content. I would imagine that the majority of the content there will be Halo, so you haven't got to get too worried if you don't enjoy watching that. But I feel like what happened to them was really unjust and really unfair, and there was no real reason for it. You know, it was kind of Buckeye's baby in a sense, and he built that from scratch, and I think he felt rather proud of it, and I think it's a massive shame to see someone take that away from him. So I'm going to leave a link in the description. If you guys wish to subscribe, you can. I'm also going to put a link to Crossman's Twitter in the description, so if you want to hit him up and ask if you want to play some games, I believe he's a pretty active member of the Halo community, and if you feel like training in customs, he's probably the perfect person to do it. Just bear in mind that he may destroy your hopes and dreams. Anyway, I've been Modest Major. I hope you guys enjoyed the comm. Peace.